Hello everyone, I'm the EpikLemonz, and today we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch and its killer app, Breath of the Wild. Yes, there is a reason there were no videos in March. I was very occupied with the game. I liked it, it was good. The Switch itself is actually going to be the main focus of the video as we discuss its features like the portability, what games are on it, or rather the lack of games, and what I liked about the UI and other minor things like that. I actually managed to get my hand on one of the consoles fairly late in March, so I've had a good month to use it and figure out all its little kinks and what I like about it, and just everything about it. So I wanted to communicate that to you guys today in this video. In fact, the likelihood is that as you watch this video, I am playing Zelda or Mario Kart, so yeah. Now, usually the physical aspects of a console wouldn't really be part of why you buy it, but because of the portability of the thing, it actually is pretty important. The Switch itself is very sleek. I actually like how it looks. The Joy-Cons, you might think they're a bit small, and at times they can feel a bit small. The Joy-Con grip itself is a little small, but the way everything conducts itself really goes along with the idea of you can take this anywhere. This is the next big system thing that we want it to be. Actually, one of the best things to compare it to is the Wii U gamepad. It's very similar in layout to the Wii U gamepad, and honestly, I won't be using my Wii U for much else than Smash Bros. Mods. The 3DS also, it can replace that as well. I haven't really been using my 3DS that much, except if I want to play Smash. Really, Smash is the only thing I use my old consoles for, basically. The Switch has basically taken over my entire gaming inside and outside the home, and I really like how it works in that regard. Now, to some, the control method does seem a little unconventional, and in actuality it is, but if you really wanted that older style, you can in fact use the Joy-Con grip. Now, at first I thought this was going to be my main mode of play, but honestly, it feels a little small. When you're playing, you constantly want to be able to pull your hands apart. It feels like it's too thin. I feel like I would have benefited from being a little wider here in the center section. What actually ended up being my main mode of playing was these things, the Joy-Con straps, as they're called. They really add an extra bit of stuff to grab onto, and it makes it feel a lot more comfortable than just the basic Joy-Cons or the Joy-Con grip. Now, the dock itself actually works fairly well. It's an instant transition, fairly. It does take a little bit of time to connect to your HDMI, but otherwise it's completely seamless. Especially when taking it out of the dock, you can instantly transport from home console to portable mode at any time, anywhere, and it doesn't mess up your game save. There's no big pause thing. There's just, you're on it, you're ready, you're going, you're leaving the home. You're ready. You're doing it. Another mode of play that Nintendo has been advertising a lot with games like Snipper Clips and even some of 1-2 Switch, although to a lesser extent, is the sideways Joy-Con. Now, let me tell you, without these straps, without those straps I showed you, that is horrible. The side buttons do not work. They're barely even there. It's really cramped around your hands, especially the right Joy-Con doing this, or even the left Joy-Con, you do this. It's never middle, there's never a middle ground, there's always some uncomfortability. However, some of that, but not all, some of that is removed with those Joy-Con straps, as those side buttons are actually there. You can physically press them in, and It does add, again, that little bit more to grab onto, so it's not as cramped this way. However, it's still cramped this way. It's very, like, your thumbs are in a very weird position there. Unless you're really wanting to go into snipper clips and some of 1-2 switch, it won't really be a problem, but if you are going to go into those games and you really enjoy those games, be prepared to finagle with the controls a bit and just get used to it. Now, the first thing you see when you turn on the console is, of course, the main menu and, by extension, the UI. Now, the stuff it comes with is nothing. It comes with nothing. It comes with the store, the album, and that's about it. Settings. You get settings. But, yeah, no, there's not much it comes with. There's no pack-in title. There's no preloaded software for the 3DS Face Raiders that came with it. There's no AR games or nothing like that. You get a menu screen. But this menu screen is actually really well done. I actually really like the way it conducts itself and how it structures everything. It's a little frustrating how some things are hidden behind menus, like a controller battery, and just, I can imagine if you had a bunch of software, it would be a pain to scroll that far on the main menu, but for someone like me who has one game, it's not really that much of a problem. The actual looks of the system itself and its menus are very sleek and very futuristic. I actually like the minimalist design that it goes for. Black is obviously the best color because if you have a white, it just hurts your eyes, but it really accomplishes what it wants to do with the menu and the feel of the console. Now, one of the features I've been using a lot is the screen capture mode, or screenshots. Yeah, I've been screenshotting a lot, and if you follow my Twitter, shameless plug, you'll be seeing a lot of screenshots from Zelda, and I actually really like how the sharing works, and how it's really easy to link up to your Facebook, Twitter, or anything else, and really just Facebook or Twitter, but it's really easy to link those things up, and boom, you're posting, and you get blocked by people who don't like Zelda. I will admit that it's a little frustrating every time that you have to go into a separate menu, click the button, do the thing, yeah, it'd be nice if you could just press a button from the capture when you immediately capture, and you could just immediately go into sharing the photo you just took. But yeah, I really like the feature, and I can't wait till they add video, because they said they were going to do that in the coming months, and I've been really using it, and I can't wait to share cool clips of Zelda and Mario Kart and stuff. So yeah. Next, let's talk about software, or lack thereof. Really, for most people, there's only 1 or 2 games that you want to play at launch, those being Zelda and miscellaneous other game. For me, it was 1-2 Switch, but I'm sacrificing that for Mario Kart, coming out pretty soon from the recording of this video. And I honestly have no idea why they did this. If they had waited till holiday season to launch this thing, yes, it would have had more competition, but it also would have had more games to sell more units. So, I mean, I get the give and take there, but it made it hard in the planning stages for me to buy this console in deciding, do I wait or do I buy it at launch? Of course, I ended up deciding to buy it at launch, but that's beside the point. The fact that there was even a question in someone like me, who pretty much is the biggest Nintendo fan you'll ever meet. Well, probably not, but, you know, you get the point. The fact that it was a question for me, who bought the Wii U on launch, really shows how little games there were, because that's really what makes a console. If it doesn't have games, there's no reason to buy it. And I was kind of frustrated that there were no games to buy on day one. However, the one game I did have, Zelda, I'm gonna do a big review on that later on, but let me tell you, the game is good, okay?
Tell us how you really feel.
The game is good, alright? I got my dad, who doesn't play Nintendo games most often, to be into the game, so if that tells you something, anything, it's good game, alright? If you're gonna play any game on the Switch, or hell, if you're gonna make the last game on your Wii U, it should be that game. That's a good game. Buy that game. Play that game. Beat that game. You can do it. I believe in you. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch. I know it's kind of short, but not really much to say. I liked it. It has some problems with what it does, but what it does right, it does really well. So like, I'm enjoying my time with it. I can't wait till Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2. What other games are out? That's about it. I can't wait till E3. Oh yeah, Sonic 2017, Sonic Mania. Probably gonna get on that. Basically, I'm excited for the potential of the console. And as it stands, I've been having fun with it. But I'm still worried that it could fall behind, just as the GameCube and the Wii U did. If the pattern continues, I don't know if you know this, but the console sales of Nintendo consoles have been going down ever since the NES. Seems like people don't like Nintendo. However, this console has been selling astronomically compared to anything in recent memory, so let's hope that we break the pattern here and it does well, because I honestly want Nintendo to do well. Although if it doesn't do well, I'd be happy to see them on other consoles as well.
Didn't the Wii sell like a quadrillion units?
Yeah, that was the one outlier. If you see the graph that I'm going to put up on the screen when I talk about that.
Quadrillion.
Was it quadrillion?
It was a flagillion.
Hey, commenters! How many units did the Wii sell? I'm too lazy to do the research. You do it.